Patrick Kielty. Welcome to Delete, the show where celebrities give us an access all areas pass to their laptop to see if they're as entertaining online as they are on telly. I know, I wouldn't do it either, but thankfully these three will. First up, a comedian and a radio host who once worked in the Houses of Parliament. I know what you're thinking, politicians, DJs and internet searches. What could possibly go wrong? It's Matt Forde! Next up, a brilliant novelist and a newspaper journalist. In one job, she's required to make up stories which have absolutely no basis in fact. In the other, she writes books. Please welcome Grace Dent. And finally, a man who in the world's biggest boy band was flying without wings, but can he surf the internet and still be the nicest man in pop? Let's hope so. It's Kian Egan. Very good. Oh, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us on.
Before we start, can we confirm that these are yours?
Yes, they are.
OK. Do you want to call anyone before we begin?
No, we're OK.
I do feel a little bit nervous about giving it over to you. Because it's very, very personal. Because, I mean, I'm welded to my laptop.
You do clear your history, right?
Well, but this has got me into trouble before. I do clear my history. But you think you've cleared it, and then you go, somebody goes to use Google and it fills in what you've been looking at before.
Yeah. Will we start with you, Kian?
Go on, why not?
Yeah, go on. OK, so there is one site that Kian looks on 4 to 6 times a day.
Yeah.
It's not Facebook, it's not Twitter, it is this, which is Wind Guru.
Yes.
This is a site that does what exactly?
This is a site that gives you information that you then need to understand how to process as to when the surf is going to be good.
The weather.
Yeah. OK, so if you like, the top line...
Yes.
Right, is obviously the date. And then the next line is your wind speed. And then the next line... And it keeps going. It goes down to rainfall, to cloud cover. So then you've got to understand what way the wind is coming from. And then you've got to understand what part of the coastline you're on to be able to tell whether the surf is going to be good or not.
So what you're saying is that you live in Ireland and you need a website to try to work out when it's windy and rainy. Is that what's going on there?
No, that's...
Because most of us just look out the window and go, it's shite again today. So when did you first start surfing?
Well, I started surfing when I was about 22, I think.
Was this before Westlife? Was this during?
No, it was during Westlife. It was probably about 2 or 3 years into Westlife.
Did you get any of the other lads involved?
No, they were never really that keen. They came along to watch a few times, you know. I remember Shane came down to... When we were in New Zealand, he came down to one of the beaches and watched. And, you know, South Africa and places like that, you know, where the weather was nice, where you could sit on the beach without getting rained on. They would come the odd time and kind of go, oh, I'll come down to the beach and watch you surf.
So where do you live now, then? Where do you do most of your surfing?
I live in Sligo, in Ireland, and in a little
Thank you for telling me where that is. That's...
Just in case.
So look, then, Matt, I've noticed that some of the sites that you've been on, you're quite partial to
I'm so scared.
To memorabilia. You like
yes,
you
yes,
like,
yes,
sorry,
yes,
you like a little bit of memorabilia.
That's what I call daytime browsing.
OK, yes.
So that's all fine.
So look, here's some of the items you've been having a look at.
Quality. You're going on holiday. You want to look...
First time anyone has used the words quality with Nottingham Forest for 15 years.
Would somebody actually spend £10 on that, though?
Did you?
Well, I did. I bought it.
He bought this!
I bought it.
You genuinely bought it?
Of course. What's up? I've got my Forest cufflinks on as well.
Hold them still there. A lot of the cameramen here have been drinking.
Let's have a look. Let me have a look. Listen.
Aren't they lovely? Look how they glisten.
What are they made of?
Just metal.
Yeah.
I don't think my shopping habits have really changed since I was 9 years old. Just anything that's got a Forest crest on it. I've got a Forest duvet cover, Forest wallet, Forest tracksuit.
Matt, what age are you?
Why would you do that, Matt? Why would you do that?
Because, right, if I'm going to wear stuff that I like, I might as well have something that I like on it.
Can I ask you a personal question?
The duvet.
Yeah.
Have you got a woman in your life?
I was going to say. I was going to say.
You know what? I have, right?
Really? And she puts up with that?
She bought me the Forest duvet cover.
And does she sleep in the bed with the Forest cover on?
What do you think? What are you thinking to yourself, Grace?
You would think it was a certain type of person that you actually aren't. You're really, like, sweet and gentle. And that is the towel of a monster. Oh, I don't know. It just... But then saying that, if I saw that, there would be an element of me that thought that you were what I call a fixer-upper.
Fixer-upper? What's a fixer-upper?
It's when you meet a man who's single, but he's single for a lot of really good reasons.
Yeah.
And you get in with them, you inveigle your way in until you're indispensable, and then you throw all that stuff out.
Really?
Oh.
There's been quite a lot of my stuff has actually been thrown out. I'm just mentally going through this.
There must be people out there that are grown men that have a crest of a football team on it.
OK, let's ask our audience, is there any grown man that has a football club duvet on his bed?
Come on, please.
Currently.
There's got to be.
Not one single...
Now, bearing in mind, we aren't shy in this town about actually saying we've got a flag or an emblem anyway. This isn't the response to the thing you want. OK, so we've delved into your sport.
Yeah.
Your other big passion, politics.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
You have a little look for some political memorabilia as well, don't you?
Well, yeah, I like collectible things. On some of the parties' websites, they sell stuff that I don't know why anyone would buy.
No,
Why would you buy that?
this is a real thing. This is an actual item.
In tribute to Margaret Thatcher,
Yeah.
this is a bib for babies. I mean, the irony of breastfeeding a child wearing a bib of a woman called the Milk Snatcher. I mean, you'd be sort of tempted to get it halfway to the T and go,
It's a weird thing to see a Margaret Thatcher range for kids because she wasn't fond of minors, really, was she? Oh, come on! Now, we do have some other bits and pieces here that you were looking at. This is the Scottish Labour rain jacket.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
There it is. That was just after the election. I think they've airbrushed the noose out of that picture.
But why would you go out wearing that? Oh, all right, mate, where'd you get your jacket? Oh, Burberry, where'd you get yours? Scottish Labour. You wouldn't wear it.
Do you remember about your duvet cover?
But that's different. That's completely different. Football is always cool. That's just a rule of life.
Now, Kian, you were in one of the biggest boy bands in the world, OK? So there's no surprise that there's lots of stuff, lots of memorabilia with your face on it.
All right.
You've obviously seen quite a lot of this stuff.
You know, I'll be honest, I have most of it, because why not? You know, my dad, bless him, when he was alive... Yeah, well, when my dad was alive, if anything Westlife came out, whether it be a magazine cover or whatever, he would always buy it and keep it and put it in boxes. And, you know, I kept it all, you know, why not?
Have you got these?
They're unofficial, so no.
Those are unofficial. I would never have guessed that those were unofficial.
That's post-Westlife as well, because I never had a beard in Westlife.
Is this the kind of thing that when people came backstage to try to do meet and greet that they would be wearing? This kind of
Most of the people would have our faces tattooed on their back, and then they'd ask you to sign it, and then they'd go away and get your autograph tattooed underneath your face. I never understood the tattoo thing. I always thought that was like 10 steps obviously too far. And I'd question, I'd be like, well, what are you going to do if the band breaks up? Like, what are you going to do if, you know, your husband doesn't want to be looking at my face anymore when he's doing you from behind?
I love the way Grace.
Yes.
You spend a lot of time looking at this.
Oh, yes.
We want plates. Now, what is all this about?
See, I'm a restaurant critic in London, and one of my biggest bugbears is how we are starting to do away with plates. I don't know if this is happening around here. I feel understood already. Now, it's when you go to somewhere and you say you just get burger and chips, and the chips arrive and they're in a plimsoll. It's trying to make things cool and edgy and trendy. It doesn't work. Plates, it wasn't a thing that we got sick of. We like plates. Plates, it's a horizontal surface so that you can see all the food, and then you can match bits up. You're with me, aren't you? And so you can have your ketchup here. I don't want my things in a goldfish bowl. And this site, these people understand me.
This is you.
Oh my God, there I am. Oh, there
You see,
I
we
am.
went on to your Twitter machine. Now,
That was a Twitter
where was this
machine.
and what?
This restaurant is called Hotel Chantal. It's not there anymore. It closed.
Did you give it a bad review?
I gave it a bad review.
And did it close because of the review?
Well, no, I mean, I didn't help, but it closed because they were serving... That was £28. That's bacon on a washing line. We want plates.
Well, these are some of the actual pictures that are on the website. Some of the stuff that has been served.
There you go. Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, but...
Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, but in defence of that...
No, there's no
No,
defence.
but that is a pint of pie.
Yeah.
What man, or these days woman, wouldn't want that in their life?
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying.
Oh,
but if
imagine
you've
just
got the
being at a neck of pie.
if you've got the shepherd's pie in a pint, it's fundamentally changing the ratio of the mince to the potato.
To me, as an Irishman, I'm thinking a pint with potato in it is probably one of the greatest things that could ever be conjured up.
The problem is, and I know a lot of chefs, and I do like chefs, but they don't get a lot of fresh air. And they're tired. Because they don't, you know, and this is what happens. This seems like a good idea. Yeah.
Here's another one.
There you go. Croquettes in a shoe.
Oh, it looks like a smelly shoe as well, doesn't it?
It does. These are croquettes. They aren't cut off toes or the...
That's it. If I do run for government, this is one of the things I'll be running on, this ticket.
Do we agree that we should bring back plates?
Thank you.
OK, now, one of the greatest joys that comes from the internet is the viral video. Now, all three of you like a viral video.
Yeah.
Grace, you
Yeah.
know we're coming to you because this is your most watched video.
One of the greatest things about being this age now is that I did my time of going out and making a fool of myself before Facebook, before...
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's no there is no photos of me looking...
There's no evidence.
...like this, right? And I would have been, exactly, and I would have been in these clubs looking like this, but there's no photos. We don't document our lives, do we? But now, my age group is starting to put them up on YouTube, you know, this because they've got, like, they might have, like, a little bit of footage like this. So I just can't stop watching them because
in case you're in them.
Exactly.
Kim, were you into the rave scene?
Not really. I kind of grew up listening to heavy metal a little bit more than rave.
So did you have any dance moves? There was quite specific Westlife dance moves, wasn't there?
Show me the main one, Patrick. I know you're able to.
Well, no, I don't know. Like, what was the... Come on, hop up. We can do this. We can... So how did it work? So if we were singing a little ballad,
Yeah.
Right.
how would that work? So is there a move? Is there a ballad move whenever
It depends on the song, really, you know, but...
Well, show us a move and we can...
Depends on the song. I suppose well, OK, I suppose the average one would be a step click, right?
OK, what's the step?
Yeah.
Step, 2, 3, click. Step.
Everybody's looking for that something.
2, 3.
One thing that makes it all complete. You find it in the strangest places. Places you never knew it could be.
It's not good.
Some find it in the face of
The love of
The face of the children.
the face of the children. Some find it in their lover's eyes.
Bring us home, Matt. Bring us home.
can't deny the joy it brings. You find that special thing. You're flying without me.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
We couldn't tell.
We couldn't tell at all.
That was probably the greatest moment of my life.
I feel like now I feel like I'm in a boy band. I don't need that duvet anymore.
Don't need that.
Need a different duvet.
So when are you guys reforming? Because I think Matt...
We just did. I mean, to be fair, I've got the body to be Brian McFadden.
Listen, Brian McFadden left the band after 4 years, so if we're reforming, we won't be reforming with Brian McFadden.
Can I just get that in there right now, okay? He left us high and dry, Patrick. I don't want him back in the fucking band.
No, Matt, you have a very specific type of clip that you like to look at. Now, anybody who's eaten anything should probably look away now.
Oh,
Stay with it. You've got to force yourself to watch it. It's good for you to watch it.
pig.
It's good for you to watch it. It's a test. Watch it.
No.
Oh my god.
No. Ah!
Yeah. Right.
Do you know, every day, somebody, one of my friends, tries to send me one of these.
Yeah.
These are really big. I don't mean the spots, but these are really big. A big deal at the moment. There's something obviously very soothing and very
Therapeutic about watching it.
Yes.
There was a mate of mine's more into it than I am, and we were working on a thing, and he showed me one once where this guy's got one on the back of his neck, and the doctor has to make an incision, and like a golf ball-sized bowl of put. You've seen it? Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, are we fans of this type of stuff?
There's
Come on,
people in
be
the
honest.
audience.
Come on, be honest. Who has watched one of these online? Come on.
There, look.
Because the most famous YouTube channel that features this
Yeah.
has over 300 million views. Well, for me, I feel that this stuff is popular because people have no shame anymore. Like, I watched that show on Channel 4, Embarrassing Bodies.
Oh, I love it.
No, you see,
exactly.
I for
find that
me,
too much.
whenever I was at school, if you had a pimple on your nose, you wouldn't get on the bus. You know, I'm not, like, embarrassing means something completely different now. I mean, if you've got balls like a space hopper or labia like elephant's ears, you go on, you call up Channel 4. 4 million viewers going, oh, I'm scundered. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Now, one of the most popular things online these days are dating websites. Yeah. And one of you guys has...
Well, yeah. Guess which one it is? The guy with the football bedspread.
So talk us through this, Matt. Why did you go on? You know, did you have any success?
It was a few years ago. I was single, and I thought, you know what, I'll try a bit of internet dating. There's still a bit of a taboo around it, isn't there? Admitting that you've done internet dating, I think.
No, I think it started to become weirder to have just met each other without the internet now.
Do you think?
Whenever I was courting...
When you were...
Yeah, we basically just went out and into a dark room and drunk until we could face it.
Yeah.
That was basically it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It is that thing now that just people just stay in and they don't leave the house until it's game on. They just sit and just pictures of their bits, isn't it?
Oh, it is! It is!
People just sit there sending pictures of their Kennedys to people. It's just, there you go. There's Jack and Bobby, Teddy in the middle with the big head. What do you think?
But in a few years' time, Tinder and these are all going to be really old-fashioned. The thing that we're moving into is face recognition technology. So we will have glasses where I would push the side to try and to register your face, and it would give me information about you so I could chat you up.
So you find out information about the other person?
What I do quite like about that is that if that's the future, that means people will reminisce, misty-eyed.
Yeah.
So grannies...
Beautiful
Granddad's sitting there
moments.
going, oh, remember the good old days when I just used to send you a photo of my cock?
Yeah.
That's all gone mad now, hasn't it?
It's exciting, isn't it?
OK, time now for some of the things that you guys have been asking the internet. Matt, let's have a look at some of your searches. These are genuine searches.
How many calories in a pot pie? How many calories?
Can I eat curry and lose weight?
I love curry.
Yes.
But I eat so much that I put on weight.
You're not eating them hot enough.
I just thought, you know, sometimes when your mind wanders, you have a couple of beers, you think, we landed men on the moon in 1969, and they can't make a 0-calorie curry. What is progress?
Yes.
Anyway, all this worry makes me hungry. Do Greg's deliver? I mean, I Google that regularly in the hope that it will trend and they go, we should.
Yeah.
But I've checked, I'm on top of all this stuff. Pork pies, I mean, who doesn't?
I love the fact that these two appear to have been just searches one after the other. How many calories in a pork pie? You found out the answer.
Yeah.
The next...
And the worst thing is, I was in the supermarket shopping, and obviously there's less calories in a small pork pie, but I bought 3 of them and ate all of them.
Tiny ones.
And finally, Kian, these are the questions you have asked the internet.
Oh! We're coming brothers, man.
Oh, yeah, bro. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong, I never said I don't love them.
Interesting things to do with the sweet potato. I think we should probably move on from that one. How long does a Maltese Terrier live?
Yeah, well, I've got a little dog. He's a Maltese Terrier, obviously, and he's 10. And, you know, he's slowing down, and I didn't know what the life expectancy was of a Maltese. Yeah, that's
the dog, and that's
an old photograph.
That's an old photograph. You look quite young in that, don't you?
Yeah.
And the dog?
The dog looks the same. No, he's just older,
What's
like
he called?
Prince.
Oh.
It's called Prince.
Yeah.
And so what would Prince be in doggy years then?
Well, I think he's 74 now. Yeah, in doggy years.
Well, your music will, of course, live on forever. And thanks to our friends at Superstar Pets, your dog's music will live on also.
Oh.
Have a look at this.
I am a dog without my boy band. King of the jungle, hear my voice. Swapped your stool for a swivel chair, but you've still got your hair. You've done so many things. You see my face, a bell should ring. It's just a doggy thing. You're famous more than me. I wanted you to see you're not the only one who sings.
Very sweet.
That is our gift.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was lovely.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely.
Do you have a dog, Matt?
I don't mind them. My girlfriend likes dogs, so I'm sort of warming to the idea of dogs.
Grace, you have a little dog too, do you?
I've got a Labrador.
And what age is he? What?
She's 2. She's 2. But she's big and enormous and, like, you know, really out of hand.
And what's her name?
Betty.
Betty.
Yeah.
Now, Grace, you've visited another doggy site.
Ah, yeah.
This is a real site you visited. I think we can actually see a little bit of this.
Time spent with your dog is precious, so give your best friend more of your time with Doga, yoga doggy style. World-renowned yoga instructor Susie Titleman created Doga. She's taught Doga classes around the globe, but now she brings the Doga class to you.
So you need to be focused. Even if you're just sitting and breathing, you're doing yoga.
Make your dog a Doga dog.
Is that real?
Yes.
Really?
Well, it's a thing you can do with your dog, and also it encourages bonding.
You can take it for a walk.
A bonding between you and your dog.
So it's a very organic thing.
Yes.
Where you can exercise and your dog can relax as well.
Yeah, I never relax during yoga, though, because of all the farting that
That's
happens.
a weird one,
in
isn't
the
it?
room. All the farting. I had to give up. Well, like, you see, I hadn't farted yet, and I couldn't stand the tension, because everybody else in my yoga group had. Surely, you know what I mean, don't you?
You need to go on to Wind Guru. That's They can tell you the exact moment that everybody else in the class.
The direction that it's coming from, the speed, the whole shebang.
Well, it is a new craze, and you will be pleased to know that joining us now on Skype is the lady from the site. It is Susie Teitelman. Give her a round of applause. Hey, Susie. Where are you today?
I'm in Jacksonville Beach, Florida.
Welcome to the show. Now, how long have you been doing, is it yoga?
It is yoga. I've been doing yoga for almost 15 years. Girlie is almost 10 years old, and I adopted her. She's been doing it for about 6 or 7 years.
And does it make your dog more relaxed, more chilled out?
It does. It's something that makes both of you more relaxed, and it's the same benefits of regular yoga. You get stretching, strength, relaxation, meditation, bonding with your pet.
Now, Grace has a problem with yoga because she thinks that if she actually goes to a yoga class, she'll fart. Has any of your dogs ever farted while they were doing yoga?
Right before we started, I was sniffing her butt. I was like, what is smelling around here? Maybe that happens because you should be breathing and the air should be flowing through you, so it's a natural thing. I've had dogs definitely that have passed a little wind.
Okay, so would it be possible for you to show us some moves if you wanted to get involved with this tonight?
Right, so, you know, this is just a demonstration.
Bear with us, Susie. We're just getting ready. Kian, if you'd like to take your place. There we go.
You guys have some dogs?
This is from Matt.
Oh, yes.
Cheers. That's a big dog, boy.
Grace.
Thank you.
Very funny.
Okay, take it away, Suze.
So, would you guys be able to squat? Yeah.
Are you okay with this, Grace?
And then, so this is the move for the dogs, and then you do their back legs.
There you go.
And then they
Ah, yes, good boy. Good boy.
You move around the dog.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait,
Right, now, if it was a real dog, it might actually do the pose after you, like, Curly. I'll do it.
Matt, that looks all kinds of wrong. That is... This is the first time in the show where we actually want the Nottingham Forest duvet, just to cover this up. That was amazing, Susie. We feel very much more relaxed. Thank you so much. Big thank you to Susie. So that is all we've got time for tonight. You guys can have your laptops back. Well played. Give our guys a round of applause. A big thank you to my guests, to Kian Egan, to Grace Dent and to Matt Forde. I'll be back next time with another Hall of Celebs caught in the net on Delete, Delete, Delete.